Sorry, gang. My mail lady came right as I clicked on live. So, and my ads were just all slammed in there, so I tore half of them up. We usually throw all this stuff in the trash anyway, but whew, I'll put those in Scott's chair and he can deal with those. And I got another die in, apparently. Let's see which one this one is. Welcome, everybody. I'm not going to cut this one out, but I've cut the others out so I could show you. So I'll wait and show you this one later. This one is a kitty cat with some butterflies. So these are the gingerbread houses I've gotten in the swap here. And then these are the elf tags. And I wanted to show Sharon, I've started tags for you, but this is as far as I've gotten. And so I'm going to work on them some this afternoon or evening. And then the only other thing I want to show is the Happy Mail I get in December. I'm taking it and turning it into signatures that at the end of the month, I will turn into a journal. And that's what these are. So that one's from Kendra. And I finished that one up. And I just used her labels and the paper and the doilies and everything she sent. And this one was the one that I got from Lucia. And I included their envelopes and everything. And this one was from Holly. So that is what I'm doing Christmas-wise so far. I'm going to say hello to everybody now. Clear that off. And I'm going to show you these dies. I cut them out. Janet says she has no sound. Can everybody else hear me? Is the sound okay? Can you hear me? Hi, Mrs. Gigi. Hi, Brittany. Hi, Carol. Hi, Joan. Hi, Janet. Hi, Painty Girl. Sorry, can't remember your name. I'm wanting to say Julie, but I'm probably wrong. Hi, Terry. Hi, Laura. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Sana. See, got lots of folks here today. Hi, Gertie. Hi, Carla. Hi, Brittany. Okay, you guys are hearing me. Good job. I bet Janet said no sound when I was outside getting the mail. Sorry. I had clicked it and she finished at the mailbox. And I said, well, I'm going to run and get that. So let's look at these. This is the little layered jar. And when you cut it out, this is the middle of it right here. And the reason I've got two of each of these is I folded a book page in half because when I tried to run a single book page through, I couldn't get the pieces out with the feather. And I still ended up having to use a piece of wax paper. So you've got that piece that comes out of the middle. Well, then you've got this piece that's there. And you get two little labels. You get two different styles of labels here that you can stick on the front. I would probably do them out of a different color and just save these for something else. But what you do, and then this one comes from here. What you do is you put this down, and then on the back of this, you can put a piece of acetate or some foam tape, but you'd have to make sure you got it all the way around. And then you could put some glitter in the middle here and then layer these up. And you'd have stuff inside there, and then you could put the little label on there. Like this. Well, kind of like that. So you'd have a little jar. So that's the little jar, and I thought it was cute. Or you could put like a bug inside the jar, or anything small could go in there. So that's why I wanted the little jar one. And I've got this right here. This is one of my thrifted boxes. And the whole reason I picked these up is so I could put die cuts in it. And I'm going to keep these in case I want to do just a layered jar with, nothing in the middle except these back in it. So those are going to go in there. So that, and I got all of these from wish.com. And keep in mind, they come from China, so they take forever to get here. All right. And then this one's not going to fit in there, but this is the kitty cats looking over a fence. And I just used some of my painty book paper. And I folded it in half again, so I'd have two. So there's that one. And because I folded it in half, I get a reverse image. When you fold the book page back the wrong sides together, you'll get one facing one way and one facing the other. So aren't they cute? So that's the kitty cats. I'm going to have to find them a home because they're not going to fit in that box. I'll just set them on the lid for right now. Then I got these little birds. And again, I folded the page in half. So give me a second to see if I can figure out which is which. So here's a bird. And they're facing each other. And then this one's the one that's looking up. And there's his mirrored image. And then I think this one. I think that's this one. And then the last one. And I thought how cute these would be added to a journal page. And I love birds. So I think they're so stinking cute. And I got the 4 were, just a couple dollars. If you have trouble cutting, you could just add a sheet of wax paper too. And it really helped, get them loose. So what I might do with these guys is just put the birds in here. The jar I don't think is going to fit in there, but I could put the bird dies right in here with these so they'd all be together. Then the next one was this flower. And this one I used some wax paper too, just so I could get all the little components out. You get 3 different sizes. So I think that's the large. So you could layer them. So you could put that one and then put this one and then this little guy in the middle. And then you could put a pearl in the middle of that. And that would make a really pretty flat decoration for a page. And that's the whole reason I got it. Thanks, guys. But I thought this was pretty cool with all the little holes, because then depending on what your background looked like, you'd pick up all that color. And then the last one, I only cut one out. This is a beautiful feather dye, but I had to use wax paper. And then it was if you don't mind doing some work to get all the little components knocked out of it, it's really pretty. So it depends on how, you are about tedious little stuff. Not everybody likes to be that fiddly. Hi, Violet. I didn't see you. Thanks for coming. Hi, Terrielle. Welcome. But I saw this on the Wish site and I said, that looks like it would be kind of a headache, but man, it's pretty. So I took a chance on it and I love it. It's just fiddly. So let's see what I can do here. I'll put these over. I love my trays because then when I'm done with something, I'll cut this out for next time that we get together. I don't want to pull the machine out again. And when I get settled, I'd love a die cutting station where my die cut machine would sit always. And then I could just go and cut stuff and be done with it. So there's that. Ooh, got warm. I put my sweater on to go get the mail. But I want to work on Christmas cards today. They need to be fast cards. And I'm only going to stay on a couple hours. We're kind of doing an unplanned craft-a-thon. Lucia is going to come on after me, I think at my time, 6 or 6:30, my time, which is Eastern. And then after she finishes at about 8:39, Mary's going to come on. So it was kind of unplanned, but it kind of worked out well for us. And Mary posted that in Phibbsville that's what was going on. So I want to make sure everybody has like a dinner break. Hi, Samantha. So because I want these to be fast, what I have is these 1/2-inch strips that I cut from the backgrounds we did together. I got some with the green background, and then I've got these here with the kind of, it looks kind of peachy. And I just cut them into 1/2-inch strips, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. We're going to start with the green strips. That's just cut into 1/2-inch strips. I'm never going to get that back in the container now. So we'll set it over there instead. And I've got a bunch of these card packs I'm trying to use up, and I'm never going to buy these again, I don't think. They put them on sale. Usually this time of year, you can get them at Michael's for like next to nothing. But I like to make different sized cards, and I don't necessarily like to make great big cards. And I need 50, and there's 40 in here. So if I make all these up into cards, I'm going to take that stack for right now. And if I finish these up, then I will get another pack out. And I'm just going to go with just the craft. Like I said, I want these to be fast because I'm making these for a retirement home, basically. So I'm going to make a Christmas tree on here, okay, with my strips. And I think I'm going to start, I want 5 strips total at different lengths, and you just stack them up, and you kind of draw a trunk for it. So let's see. All right, so I want to start with 3-inch, and then do 2.5 to 1.5, 1.5. I worked at cleaning up, so I don't know where my cutter is. So I guess I'll just use my ruler and a pair of scissors. So cut one at 3 inches. And then the next one you'll cut at 2.5. Okay, and then the next one will be at 2. And then 1.5. And then this last one, I'm going to do at 3/4 instead of 1. Okay. Can you see the tree? And if you wanted, you could do the trunk first, which I think I will. Let me see if I can find this here. This is a brush tip. I don't really need a brush tip. But if I come up like this, I guess we should color that in. Only parts of it are going to show. Okay. Then we'll just start gluing these onto your trunk. That was my extra piece. If you wanted them stacked exactly on top of each other, you could. But I just put them down, and if they're wonky, they're wonky. Every tree in nature is wonky too until somebody comes along with a saw and straightens it up. So, such a beggar. Well, my girl is outside right now having her some sunshine because it's 61 degrees, and she likes to rub her face in the grass. So I put her out in her playpen for a little bit. I'm thinking about when I sign off here, I might take her for a walk up to the stop sign and back. She would love to walk and walk, but the problem is she is almost 13 years old. So if I try to get her going too far, then I end up having to carry her. And she doesn't weigh a lot, but if I'm too far away from home, that little bit she weighs starts feeling like 5,000 tons. So then just glue your branches down. And if I remember right, on this background, I was supposed to add a bulb, Christmas bulbs. I think, no, it was on the other background, but that's okay. I can put them on here. This has just got tacky glue in it. And if you wanted to, ink the edges to give your tree a little bit different look, you could. I don't know if you guys want to sit here and watch me make cards for like 2 hours or not, but I need cards made, so I've got to do it sometime, and I figured it's Christmas time, and this might give you some ideas. And this is something, if you cut all the different pieces, the sizes, and had them like in a cupcake baking pan with the different sizes, you could just give this to kids and tell them to do it by the size, and they could sit there and glue down the different sizes. Just make one up so they could refer to it and just turn them loose. I thought about going to visit my mom and getting my nieces and nephews to help me, but I don't think they have the attention span to do it. They're pretty hyper. Oh, this is green. I don't want green. And some of these are not writing anymore. At least not very well. All right, I am missing a ton of chat. You guys are chatty, chatty, chatty. Hi, Mindy. Hi, Journey. I think it's Journey just ripped out her bathtub. Wasn't that Journey that just did that? Uh-oh. Hi, Ruth. You're lurking while you cook supper? Sounds like a spoiled doggy, Laura. My grandmother used to make bowls of oatmeal for the dogs. And then if we had soup, she'd give them each a bowl of soup. And my Chihuahua I had at the time, she hated carrots. So when she got done eating, like here's where the bowl was, all around where the bowl had been, there would be a circle of carrots where she had flicked them out. Woohoo! It was Joyce getting a shower put in this morning then. I knew it was somebody. And then just do a little bit, kind of look like it's got snow or ground underneath it, maybe a few sprigs of grass here and there. And then we need a bulb hanging off from it. We'll just do one bulb right here. And I'm just kind of doing it freestyle here. Don't know you. Go away. I think I might use these pens and just color it in with just a regular like big pen. I want to make the ornament red. And then what I'm going to do on these cards is stamp Merry Christmas right here on the bottoms of them. But I'm going to do that when I'm watching a movie or something, unless you guys want me to do it. And what I like to do, also, you could put a star up here on the top if you wanted, but I'm going to do it just like that and then add the Merry Christmas and then just do a wiggly border around the edge. Wish I had a better pen, but it is what it is. Okay. So I would say there's a Christmas card. Put the Merry Christmas on the bottom. What is it I have here? Oh, this is Merry Christmas. I could do it. Hang on. I've got ink right here too. This card is so easy, and you can make a bunch of them really quick. Mom was like, oh, you can't possibly make that many cards. I was like, you want to bet? I could probably do 5 cards an hour, and then that would be 10 hours, and I'd have them. I could do a little bit each day. Let's see how that looks before I go for the card. This is a Craft Smart bin type thing. Let me do something real quick. I want to make sure it's a good print. You can tell I use this one for stamping all the time because it's got little bits of stuff all over it. That's pretty good. Or you could put it up top, whichever you prefer. I feel like it needs something else. I just don't know what. So I'm going to keep going. Maybe it does need a card, or maybe I need to make this come up farther on the next one. So let's make another one real quick. Let's see, how big is this piece? This could be our 2-inch piece right here. They've stuck together where I've had them in the vase for a while. So if you wanted to make these trees, you cut starting at 3 inches, do 3, 2.5, 2.5, 2, 1.5, and then 3/4. Or thereabouts. Like I said, you could go ahead and cut these up any way you wanted. If you wanted to, you could create a mat to go just behind the Christmas tree and then stamp your sentiment on the card. I think I might make this one come down farther on the card and do the Merry Christmas at the top. I'm just trying to see. Just going to make the ground here. And then we'll glue these down. I might dig through my stickers and put some stickers toward the top of something. Might be easier to build the tree from the top down. Hi, Ray. Hi, Ian. It needs a star. I need to, you know what? I have a punch, and I think I have some gold glitter somewhere that I could punch some gold stars out of. Glitter paper, not gold glitter. So let's make a few. And then I've got the background I did with Mary that I need to add. I cut it to where I can make just some cards. I can just do cards on here, but this needs a ribbon angel. And I had one idea, but I'm turning my back on it and thinking of another way to make an angel out of ribbon. I'm trying to think of a way to make that's not real bulky, because I don't want to make stuff that's going to cost me a small fortune to mail a single card. That would be kind of impractical. If your pieces want to curl up, you can set like an acrylic block on top of them and then go on to the next card and then come back to the first card here. If you don't want it to have edges picking up, like I've got some edges. You could also come in with glitter glue and make like tinsel hanging on this if you wanted to. They're your cards. You make them come up any way you want. It's called a glue bot, and I got it at the woodworking store. And you have to fill it all the way up. And then when you put the top on, you never open this top again unless you're going to refill it. And what happens is, because you've locked all the air in, you can squeeze the bottle and the glue comes out the thing. And then when you let go, the air sucks it back down into the bin. It probably won't catch the bit that's on the outside, but it will bring it back down out of here and back into the big section. And there are smaller ones, and I'm now wishing I'd gotten a smaller one. Scott said, "Don't you want the smaller one?" I was like, "No, I'll take the big one. That way I can just put a big thing of glue." But it takes a lot of pressure, and I've lost that ability to have a lot of strength pinching. So I'm kind of wishing I had gotten the smaller one, but I got it at, I think it's called Woodcraft. This marker's skipping and driving me crazy. And you could also add hash marks on your line around the edge. Have them going in different directions to make it look like it's stitched down. And then we'll get my stampy thing back. And we'll put Merry Christmas up here and see how it looks that way. Oh, hi, Mary. You been thrifting or just running errands? I was telling them about our unplanned craftathon and that Lucia will come on this afternoon at about, what did you say? Was it 6:30 my time Eastern? I wish I'd copied all that and shared it in the chat. Merry Christmas. And see, I picked up a little of the edge because I wasn't paying attention. But it's all right. It's a handmade card. So I've got my room in such a wreck right now. If I can't find it quickly, I will move on. But I saw that gold paper not long ago. And I've got a star punch. There we go. There's that. And we've got a star punch here. A glittery star or just a blingy star? Glitter or bling? See, I've got like this. And when you punch out a star, it will look like it drops on the floor because Becky's hands stink. Can't hold on to nothing. It's stuck in there. Isn't that crazy? All right. We'll take a vote. Okay, so that is the glittery star. And then there's a blingy star. Okay, Lucia McGill, 4 or 4:30 Pacific time, or 5:30 Mountain, or 6:30 Central, or 7 or 7:30 p.m. Eastern. We're making cards, Christmas cards. So I've got this one that's just shiny, or the glitter one. The glitter or the shiny one. Which do y'all think? And I think I like the Merry Christmas under the tree better. Bling shows up better? Okay. So we'll do that. Thank you. And that was Diane. Welcome. See, these trees almost look better, I think, on a smaller card. But like I said at the beginning, I am trying to use these card blanks up. And then I'm going to just start making my own card bases and everything. I don't want to have 40 all the same size again. After that dries, I'll come back with a baby wipe and try to clean some of that glue off because what is on there? I can see something on there. There we go. All right. So I like it better on the bottom of the tree. The Merry Christmas at the bottom of the tree, I think. So I was sitting here trying to think, how can I make a ribbon angel for those others? And I feel like it needs to be out of white or a silver. Too bad I don't have a white organza ribbon with silver thread on the edge. That would be cool. All right, so that's my two with the Christmas tree. And see, I like the on the bottom. What do y'all think? The sentiment under the tree or above the tree? I like it under myself. Maker's choice, exactly. Mary said hi to everybody she missed. And I see Sharon is here. I got lots of folks here that I don't get to see before. Hi, Mina. Yeah, I think so too, Journey. I like this one with the sentiment down here better. So some poor soul will suffer this one, and then everybody else will get it like this. Oh, goodness. All right. I have enough to make several more of these if y'all can bear with me. And then I've got my backgrounds. And see, I printed this little lady off, and I don't know who. It was just one of those I could print off. I don't know if I have free use to use it or not. But what I was going to do is just cut the top half of her off and then give her a ribbon skirt and put her on there because she's got blue on her dress. And then I would just take this and I think on this one, I would just mount the background I made with Mary. I think I would mount it on the side like this, kind of get it centered. And then I'd put my little angel on, but she needs wings too. So then I reverted back to, should I just make one out of ribbon? So that's why I'm not doing this one right now, because I can't make up my mind. So that one y'all will get to see finished pictures of on Fibsville or in my group. All right, so let's do this. See, I've probably got enough for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That one's not a half inch. 15 cards or thereabouts. So I'm just going to take and fold these. I like a smaller card myself, but I want to use the cards and envelope bases. I'm just going to fold these real quick and see what you guys are up to over here. Hi, Allie. Keep rocking them Christmas trees. It's a shame we can't have like Christmas music playing softly in the background without getting copyright hits, you know? All right. How about I make just what I pulled out and then we'll stop. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's 6. Seven. 8. So I'll make 8 more trees. And then what I'm going to do is, where did I put that other thing? I'm going to go ahead and draw all the trunks at once. So they're all on here. And we decided we liked the sentiment underneath and the tree a little bit farther up on there. So I'll just draw my trunk. It doesn't have to be straight or perfect or anything, because we're going to cover most of it up, but you got to have something to show that it's on something. And they can be different heights. You just make a little bit bigger space between your branches. Or as my sister says, Becky's Charlie Brown trees, because every tree that Grandma and I ever had was whatever I could go out in the woods and manage to carry back by myself. And I would drag home the most pitiful things when I was a teenager. I know it doesn't look like I'm doing much here, but you really don't have to draw the most perfect stem of all, because it's all going to get covered. I do love these Sharpie brush tips. And even if you mess up your stamping on your card sometime, don't cast it aside. Just grab you a scrap piece of paper and stamp your sentiment on that and cover up your boo-boo. Nobody will ever know. They'll think it was supposed to be like that. Ooh, this one's a sturdy tree. Oh, okay. You'll stream tomorrow morning early then instead. Okay. That's fine. All right. So I'm going to try to cut. What did I say? We got 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I could probably do 4 at a time with my scissors. So you start at 3 inches. And we're going to cut some. So 3 inches is about there. All right. And then we're going to cut some at 2.5. And I'm just lining it up. And then I'll put my thumb about where I want to cut. Cut that off. That's the 2.5. And then we want to do 2. And then the 2. And then the 1.5. And then the 3/4. Okay, now we can build some trees rather quickly and have that many cards nearing. Oh, good night, Gigi. Thanks for coming by. There is one at the 3-inch piece, and then a 2.5-inch piece. And then the 2-inch piece. And then the 1.5. And 3/4. Okay, we'll set that aside to dry. We'll do this one. Hi, Johnny. I subscribed to your channel, but I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet. I will get over there. Maybe I can put some of your videos on while I'm finishing up this mess I've created. You always make a bigger mess than what you had while you're cleaning. At least I do. I'm trying to get some things around to take to the storage unit. Am I out of screen? Almost. And I've been watching people's Vlogmas thing, and I'm not up to doing that every day. I just don't think I want to put a video out every single day in the month. I don't think I'm up for it. Emergency bathroom clean for your unexpected company. Well, I think I told you all about the washing machine down at the house had quit working, and it wouldn't agitate. It wouldn't go back and forth. And then all it does is it would go around and around. And Scott fixed it. So now the one up here is broke, and all it does is want to go around and around. So I'm kind of waiting for Scott to get the parts to fix it, because if you go to a washing machine parts company locally, they'll charge you $20 for the parts. Scott orders it off from eBay for $6, and he can fix the washer. So that just is highway robbery. That's a huge markup just to bring it into a store. It's just ridiculous. And then they wonder why all the stores fronts are closing and everybody's going to the internet to shop. Well, the internet means you don't have to deal with all the crazy fighting and stupid stuff that people do over stuff. That's just the thing. It's just over stuff. Is stuff really that important over humanity, acting like a human? I don't know. I think that's just awful the way they do. Just my opinion. Hi, Erin. How are you? Yes, Mary. Yes. Can't believe my mail lady mangled my ads so bad, but like I said, we throw them in the trash. I just was kind of shocked. I couldn't hardly get them out of the mailbox. I don't know if it was my regular mail lady. There's 2 different ones. Well, no, 3. And there's just the one that knew Scott's uncle, and she's just the sweetest gal, and she and I'll chit chat, or if she sees Bernadette out in the yard, she'll stop and pet her. And she's just the sweetest mail lady ever. And then if I get one of the substitutions, that's what they are, substitutions. In no comparison. Yes, actually, these were from last Wednesday. I did a Dirty Dozen by myself before Mary came on. Mary filled my position for me last week because I just wasn't feeling good. Had wicked bad stomach issues. And so I had done this one before Mary came on. And then with Mary, I did this background. And I cut it into 1/2-inch strips too, because I thought this would make a cool looking tree too. And just have a white and red peppermint looking tree. Let's see. No, this one. Hi, Mary. So I hadn't planned to do a dirty dozen today because I am just trying to push through on these cards and see how many I can get done. And I would love to do a dirty dozen another day. If you guys are up to me being on again another day, I'll come on probably tomorrow at about the same time, but for only about an hour because I like to watch Vicky. I put Vicky on and just kind of watch her while I'm doing stuff. I just enjoy watching her with the pastels and everything. She's just been blowing me away with those trees she's been doing. That's Vicki Ross for anybody that doesn't know. And she gives such good information and advice about pastels, watercolor, acrylic, oil. If it's about some kind of painting or whatever, Vicki knows it. Vicki has taken so many classes over the years, and she is a wonderful teacher, and she describes things so well. I just love to listen to her. I don't get on the chat. I just put her on, and then I do my own thing. Does anybody else do that, where you don't necessarily are intent on just watching? You're sitting doing your own thing too. Yes, she is. She is just crazy good. Exactly. Last time she came on, all I got was a black screen. So I thought, well, she must be having some horrible trouble getting on. And then I got busy doing something and never checked back to see if she got on. Well, this place is definitely not fit for company right now because, like I said, I'm going through stuff. I've got boxes of stuff pulled out, trying to go through, and just pack up the stuff that I want to hang on to, donate stuff I don't want anymore. I took a box to Miracle Hill. Some of the stuff we buy thrifted, we enjoy it for a while, and then we take it and donate it. If we pick it up at Goodwill, we take it to Miracle Hill so it can get fresh eyes. Oh, the little sewing machine that we got out of the bins, I tried to use it yesterday, and the bobbin shuttle case at the bottom was missing all of its internal organs. So I told Scott, I said, I don't think this is worth fixing or even trying. So we just took it and threw it at the dump. He said it wouldn't be nice to redonate it. So we just threw it away today. All right, so let's go back to these. And I need 4 stars. Where's my little thing? Durr. One, 2. I think I said I had 8 cards total here. That's probably more than I need, but that's okay. There goes the school bus. What was funny is yesterday when I was working on this mess I have, I decided to look up old Christmas shows. And I was watching Charlie Brown and Frosty the Snowman and the one with Andy Griffith on it, when Frosty got married to Crystal. But I had those playing. Uh-oh, it's not wanting to stick. You know what would be better than the glue on those? Let's just turn them into stickers. And then I don't have to try to put glue on those tiny little things. I'll set that on there. Set this on here. Okay, so we want to make sure the glitter, the shiny side up. Once you get them in there, you give a little pull on this tape at the bottom. I was in Dollar General and I thought about getting me a box of just stars. And I was like, no, you don't need another thing. You need to use what you have. Oops, yeah, it's still right side up. What this does is it applies stick-em to the back of them. And then you pull it off. And you have star stickers. For anybody that doesn't have one of those little X's. Just makes life a little easier. Okay. Then you don't have all this excess glue too. But this the paper that's got all the paint and stuff on it, I think I have to use glue because it's pretty dense. And then you just remove this clear. And it takes away all the red. See, that's sticky. It's got the stickum that didn't go on the back of the stars on it. And then these are just stickers. And you can stick them down now. That gives a cleaner finish too. See, I've got 5 more there I can use on the next ones. All right, I'm going to do the little bit at the bottom here. You have a friend that plays Andy Griffith every waking hour? Well, this was the Frosty the Snowman where they got married, and Andy Griffith was on there talking. Or no, it was one that was Jack Frost was on it. I don't think I've ever seen that one. It must have come on another network besides CBS, because up there on the farm, all we got was CBS. And the reason I'm only putting 1 bulb on this tree is because it was one of the prompts. And this is just a profile paper mate pen here. I'll wait and stamp them all at once. The only thing I didn't do on this one is to do a little border around the edge. And you can make your border darker, use the darker pen. It doesn't have to be a perfect wiggly line with the same amount of loops or mountains and valleys or anything. It's just a squiggly line. And then I like to do those hashtags. Do some one way, the next one's the other, just to make it look like it's stitched on. Gives it kind of a rustic look. That one just needs to be stamped. It'll be good to go. Hi, Terry. Hi, Janice. That old Jack Frost, he was so mean, though. He said he was going to make the winter last forever. And then Frosty would never get to go home. And then he wanted to steal Frosty's hat, and he got the horse's hat instead. I was just sitting here going, what? My wind chimes by the front door have lost a couple of the little wooden beads off from it. So instead of being a chime, it just goes don't. And see, if I come back and I do all my stamping just one after the other, it goes quicker. Because you're not, if you do like all of one thing, like I did all of the stems, do all of them at once, you're not laying your pen down and picking it up and laying it down and picking it up over and over. You're doing the same motion. I always try to think of ways to save me steps. And see, I'll set that aside and get this one. I think this time I'll draw the ornament on. And then we'll do the ground. A few sprigs of grass. Do the border. Now, if you wanted to highlight everything, you could outline everything, but I'm not going to. Did you see me check which way I needed to go? That one just needs to be stamped now. Oh, that needs to be colored. I can do that. Put this bulb over here. Ooh, that one's got a big bulb on it. Or bauble, as they say. Went to Dollar Tree yesterday, and on the door they need an assistant manager, they need cashiers, they need stockers. And I'm thinking, well, what you need most off is the assistant manager that needs to be the manager that knows how to get freight moved. And then you need to hire people in here that can move fast, because they didn't have anything on the shelves. I was so shocked. Told Scott I almost came home and got my box cutter and told her I'd start work right now if she'd like just get me, do the paperwork up and I'll sign, because I just couldn't believe the amount of empty shelves in that place. This needs to be colored too. So now we'll color. But I don't know if I'd want to work there. Retail means nights and weekends, no matter what. And I just can't see to drive after dark worth beans. Once it gets dark, I don't go anywhere unless I absolutely have to. Like if Scott got sick, I would drive. Or Greg got hurt or something. Man, I'd be in the vehicle so fast. Probably not the wisest thing, but all right, so those just need to be stamped, which I might go ahead and do that, and then I'll cut the rest. We need just 4 more, and that will be 8. That'll be 10 cards done. And we haven't been here that long, have we? What did I do with the thing? Oh. I have a stamp that's says something uniquely handmade. I might put that on the back of these. Merry Christmas. Better set that aside till that ink dries, eh? Yeah, if you're doing all the same, get you an idea of what motion needs to be done first on all of them. Do that motion and then switch and do all the motion for the next step on all of them until they're all done. All right, that's 4 more done. And we'll do the last 4. I've already got the stems drawn. I just need to cut these pieces. And it looks like I'm going to have enough left for quite a few more cards. Another batch of 4, I think. I might have enough for 4 or 5 more cards after this. All right, Erin says she'll be right back. Hi, Terry. Oh, Mary had to go. Bye, Mary. Hi, Dawn Boss. I got this backwards, so I've got my thumb in the wrong way. So there is our largest spot. These are in from 3 to 2.5. 3 to 2.5. To about 2. One and a half. And then the 3/4. Almost cut myself that time. That wouldn't have been good. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I told my mom I would make 50. She said she thought there was 42 residents there. But I said, you know, you could give some to the staff that watches the front desk and the people that care for them in their rooms, what, you know, or whatever. I think these are the next ones. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's 1, 2, 1, 2. And I need to get these done so I can start making cards for you guys that have sent me cards. Yep, 10 done. Should have come up higher on the tree. That ornament is going to be right on the ground. I'll remember that for the next one. Come up a little bit more on the stem. Of course, I guess I could put the ornament on one of them that's farther up. Boy, there's a lot of traffic. What time is it? 4 o'clock. They're building another house just up the street from us. And I took Bernadette out. I think it was almost 9:30, and they were still over there working on that house. I was kind of shocked that they were working so late. Whoever's getting that house must want it by Christmas. I don't think that's going to happen because I know what it is. I know what it is to work on a house. It's going to take them a little bit longer. Let's start at the top. That might give my spacing better. Start at the top of the tree and work my way down instead of the other way. My mother-in-law, she said she hoped she lived long enough to see our new house. She's 92. I hope she does too. I'm sure she'd get a thrill out of it, whatever we did get. Like I said, if you've got a bunch of acrylic blocks or anything, you could set them on top to hold these things down. Let's switch these. I want to run out there so bad saying, slow down, you're going too fast. But Scott said not to do it because, oh, thanks, Lisa. He said, then you'd get to be known as that crazy bat, you know. But they do. They go too fast. The speed limit in the housing development here is 25 miles an hour. There are kids on bikes, pets running around. That Italian restaurant we like to go to, Mama Maria's, which is not too far from here. We were going to the dump and we passed there and it looked like somebody had a bad wreck pulling out of there. It's hard to get out of there if you're turning in the opposite direction. It's almost safer to get out, come on down a ways, and then make a left in somewhere and turn around and to go back the other way because they drive like it's the interstate highway. As soon as they get past this light up here, they open it up and they act like it's 60 miles an hour out there. And it's only 45 almost all the way to Travelers Rest, which is crazy. Highway Patrol parks at the skate rink all the time, waiting for people to come flying by. We always love it when someone's being a total jerk and then we look up and they've gotten pulled. We're like, good, karma gotcha. What the devil? Oh, I know what it was. It was a gumball hitting the air conditioner. Woo! These are fast cards. You can make a background and cut it up, or you could make two backgrounds and cut them up and do every other branch a different color. I might do that on one of these because I've got those other strips. I can get another card out. We can do one more. I'm trying to think of how to do ribbon angels that'll lay flat. How can I do this? I want them to lay flat. I keep thinking about like breast cancer ribbons, how they fold. That would make the head, but I need wings. And then I thought, well, I've got that stencil and I could give them textured wings, let that dry, and then do a ribbon angel with a full skirt, like do like a breast cancer awareness ribbon for the head and the body, and then just have those wings there. We might put some wings on those cards and let them dry, and then I will add the bodies, and I'll just share a picture of them. And you can make these trees wonky trees too. If you wanted your, one to go up, one to go down, like that, you can. These are just super easy cards. This is why I wanted background, so I could chop them up, Mary. Chop them up into little 1/2-inch strips. Okay. In fact, I think I have an extra star left over, so I do need to make one more. So we'll make it with some of these scraps I have from my last cut and the cream ones. Here's the stars. This is why I love that little X Xyron machine, because you can make your own little gold star stickers. And these are easy enough, like a 9 to 12-year-old could do these with no problem. Younger with supervision, because you don't want them using scissors. But like I said, if you did all the pre-cutting and set these up, this would be a nice activity for kids. And these are going to my aunt's care facility. She lives in assisted living. And a lot of those people, they don't have anybody that even comes to visit them. So I told my mom, I said, I can do up cards. And I'm thinking about how I could do a card and maybe get some candy canes and put that on the envelope. And then I just don't know how we're going to, get them addressed or anything. What do you all think about that? The glue bottle, Terry? You buy this bottle empty. It's called the Glue Bot. It's GLU with 2 dots over the top. Bot by Faster Pot Pending. But I got this at Woodcraft. This one was like, I want to say $10. But what you do, it's got a cover so you can cover this. But when you fill this, you have your cap on over here. You fill it all the way up with your glue. You have to fill it all the way up or it won't work. Then you put this cap back on, and then you never take this cap off ever again until you're ready to refill it. So what that does is you're pressurized. So when you open this and you squeeze the bottle here, it forces whatever air has been sucked up in there, and it pushes the glue back up and out the tip. So you don't have to do that shakedown of your glue all the time. Now, I will tell you guys, this comes in a smaller bottle, and if I had to do it again, I would get the smaller bottle. The smaller one maybe holds 8 ounces. This one holds, I can't remember how many it doesn't say on it, but it held it's a 16-ounce bottle. There it is. So the other one would be 8 ounces. It's half the size. And it would be easier to maneuver and manipulate. But Scott showed this to me because he got one for his wood glue. And I said, I want one. So he got me one. But it's pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. Janet says they have a 4, an 8, and a 16. I would go with the 4 or the 8. Knowing me, I would go with the 8. Then you wouldn't have to refill it all the time. But if you're losing hand strength worse than I have, you might want the 4. It just makes life so much easier. You don't have to do all that shaking and storing your bottle upside down and all of that stuff. When I was storing mine upside down, I would go back to use it, and I'd have a puddle of glue in the bottom of my whatever container I was using. Oh, Lisa had to go. Okay, bye, Lisa. So now I'm going to go through and I'm just going to draw the ornament on here. give it a little ground. A few sprigs of grass. And then I'll put the Merry Christmas down here. And we got to do a wavy line around the edge. Okay, I think that's all I need. And then I'll come back and do the red here in a minute. Goes another school bus. Scott and I were off running some errands. And he said, I better check my email. And he said, I think I got a meeting today. And we were off goofing off. Sometimes when we're off goofing off, we lose track of time. And then he's late for work or misses a meeting. And he said, doggone it, I got a meeting. So we had to hurry and get back here and get him a lunch thrown together and get him out the door. He and I have just been wanting to goof off and go thrifting and just go looking around and being nosy and all this fun stuff. And we never did get back up to the viewing spot like we hoped to. And now all the leaves are on the ground. We've had so much wind. And I've not been getting out of bed until about 10 o'clock. So Mary's well done before I get even out from under the nice warm covers. I'm like, well, I missed her again. I missed her again. I missed her again. But I like to put Mary on her replays when I'm doing dishes and stuff too. And I brought from the other house, I knew I had one of those. You know, the little display things that are gold that they have like a little foot and it comes up and goes back down. Well, I had one of those at the house and I finally found it and I brought it up and I can stick Mary on the stovetop while I'm doing dishes. I can look over and watch what she's doing periodically, but I just can't comment because she's not there anymore. All right, so that's those three. Then we'll go back and add the red, and then I can stamp, and I'll have 4 more done. And just like that. Of course, I don't have to make this bauble red. It's just the color I seem to go for when it comes to Christmas ornaments. I think I have some sentiments to go on the inside about Christmas and Christmas greetings somewhere around here. I was looking at them yesterday. They're probably, I should have kept them out, but all right. Yes, don't forget, Lucia's coming on this afternoon after me. And if you're not subscribed to Lucia, you need to get subscribed. She's a beautiful crafter and a sweet, sweet person. And like I said, this is just a Paper Mate kind of jelly pen I'm using to color this in. Of course, if you wanted this to bling, you could come back in and put some bling over top, which I might do that real quick after I do all the stamping. I want to do that other tree too. with mixed branches. Just so I can show you all. You can mix up your backgrounds too. In fact, it would be really cute to have 5 different backgrounds. So each branch is a different color or different colors. That would be really cute. But I've just got the 2 backgrounds right now. All right, so these need to be stamped, and then these will be done. And then what? About an hour and a half, I've gotten 10 cards done. Merry Christmas. Okay, one more. There's Lucia now. If you guys want to go sub her, all you got to do is go to her name and just hover over it, and 3 dots will appear. And you can go click on those 3 dots. It'll open a new window and or another tab, and you can just sub Lucia. She's coming on after me. Okay, so there's all our Merry Christmas. Now, before I show the one with the 2 different limbs backgrounds, using the 2 different ones, I want to do something to my my bulb. I got these. It's got this art with a C on it. I don't know what the brand is, but you shake them to mix the glitter up in them. And you have to store these upright or they will leak all over the place. This one happens to be a clear, but then it tells you to push on it. Whoops, see? And it just goes everywhere. But it gives you this, and you can put a little bling on your bulb this way. And it'll dry clear. This one will. And I have a gold one too. But this will add some sparkle to the ornament. Let me grab my other tray. I love having these trays for just this reason. I get these big trays at the thrift store just so I can have somewhere flat to lay projects, and then I can move them out of the way. And they can lay flat, see? Like so. I'm going to set this on top of my trash can down here. And I'm going to highlight all of these here. Woo! I'm splattering stuff everywhere. Whoa. Quit gooping. I squeezed too much, I think. It's wanting to goop and goop. And I cleaned up, so I don't have anything handy. See if I can get some of that wiped off so I'm not making quite as big a mess. And when those dry, you'll see the red again real clear. I'm going to go ahead and put it on all of these I've already done, because I've already made 10 cards. Will that go there? Uh-oh. You just want to not squeeze it while you're using it, or you'll have stuff everywhere. And I'll see if I can find the stamp that says something about Christmas greetings. may this holiday season find you happy and healthy and that kind of stuff. I'm going to have to find somewhere else. That one's got such a tiny little ornament. That's the one I don't care for too much, because I don't like the sentiment at the top. I like it at the bottom. Well, like I said, store it right side up. I think I got these off from Scrapbook Pal. The reason I love to order things from Scrapbook Pal is if your order is $25 or more in the lower 48, your shipping is free. So I always order my tape from there, and things like this that I find on clearance. I'm trying to find a place to lay these that they can lay flat. My tray is full, is why I'm not using the tray. The tray is full. We'll just set these aside. There we go. And I can tell my mom I got 10 cards done. All right, let's do one. Just one to use this last gold star. We'll get one more card base out because I'd love to get these used up. And we can mix it up and make this a card that opens this way instead of the other way. So let's see, what do we have left here in these short pieces of this? So it's looking like we might can get a base out of this one. So that would be the 3 inches. So we'll clip this at 3 inches. 3 inches, and then we'll get one of the other strips that I did with Mary. Not that one. That was not straight. I had trouble with this round of getting 1/2 inch strips. So this would be at the 2.5 inches. And then the next one we need at the 2 inches. Let's see, is that 2? Not quite. Those are all too short. I'll just cut another piece off from here. The 2 inches. There's 2. And then this one will be at 1.5. I really put a lot of glitter on the background I did with Mary. So these are really glittered. This one might be 3/4 inch. It's a little bit bigger, but that's okay. Put it up there. So we got those. Now we can draw our stem. Is Barb here? Hi, Barb. Okay, Mary. Go clean. Remember, the trunk doesn't have to be perfect because you're not going to see most of it. All right. And I like starting at the top and working down so that I can make sure I'm leaving enough room at the bottom to add a bulb. That. So when I get off here, I'm going to call my mom and tell her I got 10 cards made. Because I'm thinking if I buy 3 boxes of candy canes, or should I do chocolate? Not everybody likes candy canes. Should I get some chocolates to put on the envelopes? Of course, then the nurses might steal all the chocolate. I would have to put it inside somehow. I'm going to have to think on this. Whoa. I also don't want to give a choking hazard to anybody that in assisted living. That would not be good. I think a tree like this with different green backgrounds could be really pretty. Like cut one background up to always be the bottom layer, the bottom row. I'm going to have to put something on this. It's not wanting to glue. Where's my hunk of wood that Scott gave me? Here it is. My hunk of wood. All right. Got me some tea left over from lunch. I think I'm going to sign off at 2 hours. So I'm at 1 hour and 37 minutes. So in about 20 minutes, I'm going to sign off. I need to think of how I'm going to put those, how I'm going to do these for Sharon. Because Sharon sent me such cute little guys. And these are the napkins that Sharon had sent me. So I just put some on some recycled cardboard. But I want to put a little gnome on here. Here comes my boy. He almost got hit. Doggone it. Wish people would slow down. I got to go get cat food. Baby! You didn't say meow. They didn't get you here. You say meow. Go get something to eat. I don't have anything here. I got to go get you something in about 30 minutes, okay? Peppermint sticks, not the canes. Okay, Janice. Anybody got any other ideas? This is an assisted living facility. And it's got, from what my mom said, 42 residents plus the nursing staff at the front. I'm not sure how many ladies work in the office. It might be just the one. Who knows? I don't know. Exactly, Joyce. That's karma biting them. I'm not going to make all of them today, but so far I've made, this will be the 11th card. And I told Mom I would make 50 cards because I can always use the cards, for something else. And cookies. Yeah, I guess I could do cookies and then put them in a bag and attach them to the card in a baggie. But I'm trying to think of something I wouldn't have to do a lot of baking because then I'd be tempted to munch as I went. That wouldn't be good. Hopefully that won't pop back up. I guess I could buy cookies, but that's kind of a letdown for somebody in an assisted living place, I think. I think it would be better to make some. I could make soft molasses cookies. I didn't do my border. Oh, well, I'll come back and get it. I could get the peppermint candy at the dollar store, but I want to get something that tastes nice and give them a real treat, especially the ones that don't get any visitors at all. They just got dumped in a care facility and then nobody comes to see them. See, that's what I also was thinking. The cards are sugar-free, so maybe I shouldn't attach any sweeties to them. Tippy, honey, baby, come here. I only have to put the border on this card. Are you going to let me do it? You're purring in my face. What? Did you have a busy day? You going to tell me about it? Huh? What? Yeah, some of the ladies don't know you had a huge thorn in your paw. I can show you guys the thorn we pulled out of his paw. He just came in limping, and it was so sweet. He just kept showing me his paw. It's in this one, Mama. And finally, I got him in my lap over here under this good light. And we discovered he had a horrible, wicked, bad thorn. Didn't you, Boo? Yeah. Good boy. I don't think they can hear you. Where's that thing? I think I stuck it in here. Where did it go? Don't need you stepping on it again, do we, buddy? Can y'all see that? That's what Tippy had in his paw, between his toes. And it was all the way in to where it's not dark anymore. Poor little guy. I think it's off from a hawthorn cherry tree. Hey, your boo. What you been doing? I wish we could talk. We need Tippy Cam so we know where he is. He's my boy. He's my baby. I need to go to Bilo and get him some canned cat food. See, he's Tippy because he has a tippy tail. And Callie slept in my lap this morning. I got up yesterday working on all of my stuff here. I really hurt my knee again. I'm such a doofus. I was trying to sit like I always do on the floor sorting the stuff. I can't do that anymore. I need to stop doing that immediately and put things up here on the table to sort, because crossing your legs puts the angle of your knee at a really wicked, odd way. Honey, I got to do some things. You're going to have to come over here, and I will go get you some canned cat food and kiss a little bit, okay? There, get on your bed. I'm going to hold you a little bit. He says, no, you're going to hold me now. He's coming right back over. You're going to have to wait. Oh, Rhonda, that's a good notation to know. Thank you. So no candy. Probably not a good idea. I'm going to have to put my thinking cap on and think up some way. Who was it I saw? Who was making those little notebooks? What about a little notebook with a pen that they could write a note down? If I bought a multi-pack of big pens, I would only have to buy probably about 3 of those. No, Tip, not right now. There we go. Buddy, honey. I only need to do one more thing to that card and we can call it done. Come on, buddy. Huh? Baby, it's not about you. He's so he is the runt of the litter. He is the one that took me the longest time to coax in to become a owned cat. He goes the farthest on the grandest adventures. The other 2 are never too far, but he goes over to the farm property, don't you? and you go hunting in the field. And he brings home field rats. They're dead by the time he brings them home, but they're almost as big as he is. He's just a rotten little spoiled ratter. He's a ratter. I don't know what's got on there. Hold still, Tippy. Come on. I'll get too much if I squeeze too hard. Put a little bling on there, on that ornament. So, I think I'm going to have to go to Bilo and get some canned cat food because somebody says, he needs something. And they absolutely despise the brown labeled Fancy Feast beef flavor. Even Spot hates it. That's the spare cat on the porch. You have termites. Oh my gosh. Joyce, that's awful. We had them here at the house and we had to get it treated. I can't remember how much that costed. But then now we pay for a yearly inspection. We pay for a yearly inspection here and at our house because termites are so bad in the South. Everybody should have termite protection and bond on their houses. So, oh my goodness. I hope it's not severe damage, Joyce. Those little boogers can really wreak havoc with your house. What we found with this old house here is the termites didn't touch the wood of the house. They came in and got between the sheetrock and everything, and they ate the tape and the glue from the sheetrock between the two sheets of sheetrock. So all of the sheetrock was kind of coming loose. When we redid that little room for Adele, we noticed that Scott had to screw the sheetrock back to the wall. This was after we had I had noticed the termites swarming at the corner of the house. And the guy swore up and down it was the wrong time of year. It couldn't possibly be termites at all. And I said, I know termites. When I see termites, we have termites. He's like, oh, I don't think so. And then he went under and he said, you actually have 2 colonizations. He said, we can treat it and then we'll come back yearly and check. The yearly check after the treatment's only like $150 a year. And to us, it's worth it to make sure the termites don't come back. Oh, dear, Joyce. She thought it was water. $1,000 to start. Yeah, I thought this little house was like $1,300 my sister-in-law paid. If I'm remembering right, the bill was like $1,300. And my sister-in-law paid to have them, taken care of. And then we cover the cost of the yearly that we're here. And then a swarm is normally after 3 years. So that I'm sure they had been here longer than that, Joyce, because this house, this little cottage that we're in belonged to Scott's aunt and uncle. And for a while, they had bought a lot. Like, here's the cottage, then the neighbor's house, and then they bought the next lot, and they had a house put up there, and they rented this little cottage for just a little while in the 80s. And then from the mid to late 80s until we moved in, it had been empty. So those termites could have been in here for, 15 years or more. Oh, goodness. So, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and let you go because somebody is saying he's starving to death. And don't I feel bad? He's been gone all day and he's hungry. This little cat will eat 2 or 3 cans of food and then pass out for the entire night. And then he stays gone all the next day. And he comes home about this time or later. Sometimes if it's really, really cold, he'll come home about 11:30. So thank you guys so much for hanging here. And Lucia will be on later. And if Janet could pop in her time that she's coming on, that'd be awesome. And I guess that's all I have to say. I would show you all of the cards, but I'm being held hostage right now. But here's the last one I did. The rest of them are still drying. But like I said, if you made up 5 backgrounds and then cut one background all at the 3 inches, one background, a different background at the 2.5, the 2, the 1.5, and then the 3/4, you could have a very colorful little tree. And I think I would do all the same color backgrounds. Like they could be all different prints, but have like all different shades of green. That could be really pretty. Or do different shades of cream with different things on top of it. That could be pretty too. I'm going to make some Christmas trees out of just the cream color too. So most all of these cards are going to have Christmas trees on them, but I don't think anybody will mind, in that they will have gotten a Christmas card and somebody thought of them. So that is that. I'm going to let you guys go and pamper this cat and wait on the other ones. Yeah, I don't like the big companies. I like smaller pest control companies that are like neighbors. Just an FYI, I would get on Google Maps and ask for a recommendation for a locally small business person to do that. We did with our local city exterminating company. They were much better than Orkin. Okay, bye.